This week's Parasha, Tzav, continues with the details of the sacrifices and the mitzvot given to the Kohanim who were entrusted with their performance. The Parasha gets its name from the opening words, V'yedaber Hashem el Moshe lemor Tzav et Aaron vet banav. Hashem said to Moshe, command Aaron and his sons. And Rashi says the word Tzav is interesting. It's got a particular connotation. He says, Ein Tzav ela loshen zeruz. There is no meaning to the word Tzav except for an expression of urging, encouraging. And then he goes on to say, Miyad uladorot. This mitzvah applies now, and it applies to subsequent generations. So the word Tzav has three particular connotations. Zeruz, encouraging. Miyad, now, immediately. Uladorot, and it applies not just as a one-off mitzvah applied for a particular moment in time, but for every generation. But perhaps Rashi is telling us not just that these are three separate components, but rather that these are three components which link to one another, and indeed only with the first two can we guarantee the third. When one does a mitzvah, one has to do it in a spirit of zeruz, enthusiasm, keenness. One has to show that the mitzvah is something one really wants to do, and is not a burden that one feels that one is compelled to perform. And similarly, one has to do it miyad, immediately, not to put it off for a more convenient time, not to find something else to do first, not to wait until the particular moment presents itself, but to do it straight away, to say, yes, this is a mitzvah that I have to do now, and I'm going to do it now. And so together with the zeruz, the enthusiasm, and the miyad, the sense of immediacy, then we can be sure the mitzvah will be carried out uladorot, and for future generations. When children see parents perform a mitzvah, not just because they have to, but because they want to, because they're keen to and excited to. When they see that they perform the mitzvah miyad, immediately, without waiting, without putting it off, without giving a priority to some other activity, then children learn that the mitzvah is important for them. Children learn that they should perform the mitzvah with the same enthusiasm and the same sense of immediacy. And then, in Yetz Hashem, we can be sure that the mitzvah will be performed uladorot, for subsequent generations. Our children will perform that mitzvah, and their children, forwards to eternity. Shabbat Shalom.